Hello and welcome to my Kill a Kit process video. This is Killing a Kit with Style, organized by Sarah Scraps here on YouTube, and we've got a whole bunch of participants in this sort of kit busting summer. I'll link them in my description below to all of their channels where you can find lots more inspiration using kits. Some people like myself are doing stash kits, and some people are using a kit from a club or a particular collection to create layouts this month. So I know it's July now, but this was created in June, and the Kill a Kit was for June that I'm doing. We were supposed to have our final video, like our layout share, posted by the end of June, but I have not gotten around to it, so it will be posted soon after this process video. So as you can see, I'm using lots of washi on this layout. These washis weren't in my kit, but I wanted to add them, so I always love using up washi when I can, and these are just also pretty, and I've got a few new ones here, so I wanted to put those to good use. These photos that I'm scrapbooking, you have probably figured out, are of Pisa, the town of Pisa in Italy, and my husband and I visited Italy for 2 weeks in April, and it was just the trip of a lifetime, so amazing. So I've been using this kit to scrapbook a lot of our Italy photos, and this of course is our stop in Pisa. We spent a few hours there while we were going from Florence. No, I guess it would have been from Cinque Terre to Rome. We stopped in Pisa on the way. So a bit on the process while I'm at it. I'm stamping on these letters. So in my kit I included a Wild Whisper stamp set, and I wanted to use it as much as I could. But I decided to try stamping on these wood veneer letters. I tried it on the back of the P first to see if I liked it, and I did really like the look of it, but once I get them all stamped, you can see it really just blends into the background. The pattern is too busy on that pattern paper and those layers of washi, so I decide immediately after seeing that to cover it with some gesso. So I'm just doing one light layer of gesso, which blends it out a bit, so I thought that might be enough, but it was still too patterned for me, so I decided to add a layer of embossing powder onto these wood veneer letters, which is something I love to do with titles. I love adding embossing powder, especially these Emerald Creek powders. This one in particular is, it's called something oxide. I can't remember. Oh, patina oxide is what this one is called, and it's part of the baked textures line that Emerald Creek did with Seth Apter. So these ones are all so amazing. I love this, and this one is one of my favorites if I had to choose. It's got like this really beautiful patina teal on it, as well as some bronzy color, which is just beautiful and suits this page nicely because it coordinates with the background paper and the vintage feel of this old leaning tower of Pisa building. So I am quite happy now with how that turned out. I'm sticking this flare button down, but I will end up swapping that out. This is one of the flare from Wild Whisper's Lake Life collection, and it's the first time we've done flare, so we're all super excited about that, and I just had to include them in my stash kit because I knew I probably wouldn't get to share it before it was released anyways, so I might as well go for it. I'm using this stencil and some Distress Oxide ink to add a little bit of detail, and you can see I've now swapped out that flare for this heart embellishment. I believe it's a Jolie's dimensional sticker, and I'm adding some other small embellishments, including that Hey You rubber piece, the little airplane wood veneer, and these little triangle wood veneers. Those triangles are from, I thought I knew, but maybe not. If you catch me, send me a message or comment on the video if you are interested. I'll figure it out. But you can see I've hand lettered this Leaning Tower of title, and I've done my journaling there. I did skip over that because I end up covering this up. So I penciled it in first, but then when I went to erase the pencil, the ink wasn't quite dry where that gesso is, so I just smeared it and made a big mess of it, and I thought at first that, oh well, I could get over it, but I really couldn't, so I end up covering it. So here I think I'm done, and then I go to erase, and this disaster happens, so you can see some of those letters smeared, and then I find later that my title has smeared. So I'm leaving it for now, but I'm going to stamp the date up here. I was just flipping through my traveler's notebook of things to see what date we were in Pisa exactly. And now I'm going to work on the fix for this. So I'm taking this stamp. I can't remember the manufacturer, but I love this. I used it for part of my wedding decor actually, because my wedding was kind of all photography themed. So this cute little Polaroid frame has cameras within the frame, and I really like it. I didn't bother to try stamping it perfectly because I wasn't going to use the whole thing anyway. I planned to cut it in half. So I redid my title, Leaning Tower of, on a little fishtail banner there, and I'm putting this piece of the frame on top just so I can layer it over. And I actually quite like this solution, probably better than what I had originally done. So I mean, happy accidents, it all works out in the end. If you screw it up, you can cover it up. That's what I often find myself doing, so I don't mind too much. And I'm going to journal in this little frame again now, and this time I'm using an erasable pen in case I make some mistakes. I really like these erasable pens because I prefer the look of pen on my pages, and I don't often like to write it twice, first in pencil, but this makes me feel a little safer. So that pretty much wraps it up. I hope you have enjoyed this process, and stay tuned for a flip through of all my completed layouts coming up soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.